of understanding the requirements of health and safety. These are some of the cues, very important, very big theme. The most important research which is coming up from various parts of the world, which I picked up now. Consumers would like to reward, these are the big themes. They would like to reward the brand they trusted for several years, but they are going to reward those brands they have given empathy during this breakdown. They help people, during this breakdown. They're going to punish those brands, their trusted brands, which did not support them during this COVID-19 pandemic period. This is a big theme which is coming up, and businesses are picking up this as a very important theme. Protect jobs, for example, these are the things the consumers are quite clearly watching, irrespective of the size of the reputation of the corporate. They are watching how did they protect the jobs of employees and didn't take care of the employees. If they didn't take care, or if they didn't protect their employees' job, consumers are going to really taking over. There are a lot of research is coming up from that area. The lower prices for consumer, when consumers had real trouble, have they done something for solving that problem? And when they were incurring financial losses, have they given any sort of empathy to the consumer? This is a very important thing. Consumer researchers are now showing up quite profoundly from all markets as of now. Brands that are not selling but solving the problems are the brands which are going to survive. They haven't taken any advantage of the COVID-19 scenario, but rather helping and solving the problems of consumers. That's a very important thing. They're also watching how businesses are getting connected with the governments and NGOs and how they are reaching out to communities. So the genuinity, the DNA of the business, the brand, is going to be something really very, very important. So good marketeers, good corporates started understanding, and they started looking into these sort of cues which are coming. These are the real consumer data which is coming up from different markets. During the pandemic, relations are being formed, strengthened, or destroyed. So you would see some of the top brands which will fade away very soon from the market, because consumers are going to look at in a total different lens and perspective. You will find new brands which are emerging because they have embraced and become empathetic to the market and to the society during this COVID-19 scenario. Consumers are indicating that they will punish brands, a very big thing. They are indicating that they will punish brands in keeping their responsibilities and taking advantage of the situation. So that's something which very important theme which is coming out of the research. Marketers had the challenges to inform people that their products are safe. This is a very big challenge. You need to really make sure whether you are a product selling organization or a service selling organization, you need to make sure that your products or your workplace or the consumer interface areas are safe in the future. Consumers are unemployed today. They are unwaged. They are not poor. This is the current scenario. So how would you create products for them? And they are not real, but they are little disadvantaged due to the current scenario. So they need some hope, and then they need some sort of care coming from the marketeers and the businesses in terms of affordability and things like that. So I would request each one of you to take these cues into consideration, because these cues are actually based on real research which is coming out from different parts of the markets. Some very good example. I have actually trimmed the whole video. This video is about Dove soap. Dove soap has a whole concept of beauty. Over a period of time, they have been defining the concept of beauty with different cues and different ways. But as soon as the pandemic took over, as soon as the pandemic started battering everywhere in the world, they have come out with an advertisement, a commercial, which is exactly, I'm showing it here. Courage is the beauty. You can see the haggard faces, the tired, haggard faces of consumers, or sorry, the health workers, and they have shown that sympathy, and they said, affirm that courage is beauty. That exactly the theme. A lot of brand value has been created out of that. They are not moving away from the real theme of the brand, but within the theme of the brand, they started creating these sort of things. Courage is beauty. Amazing to see that. And not only that, they started contributing and donating so much of millions to the cause of COVID-19, particularly for the rehabilitation of the health workers and supporting them and things like that. Another commercial I would like to say, this all been trimmed. I'm not able to show you the full the commercial. This is from Coca-Cola. They came out with a theme called "For the Heroes of Humanity." This is I can just play around for that. Thank you for filling the glass with the kindness for the human race, Coca-Cola. Look at, they are not moving out of their main brand value. Within the brand value, they're trying to associate, because they have understood the previous cues which I talked to you. They are embracing this cue, and these are some of the things which has been evolving in the market and marketplace. So I have seen the patterns elsewhere. I have a couple of more slides to go and quickly to wind up the whole session. The pattern which I have seen elsewhere in the world, booming back from the COVID-19, people actually started coexistence with coronavirus. For example, in India or in Gulf or anywhere, when it announced, everybody was so conscious and so scared. But today, even after the numbers have been spiking up, I've heard 100 million, 100,000 cases plus cases reported in India. But people have realized how to really coexist with coronavirus. Maybe that will be there for everybody. So lockdowns have been taken off, and people started realizing how to coexist with the coronavirus. So Indian stock market is slowly started coming up. That's a good sign. We can see it. The Chinese car sales have gone up in May 2020 and even June 2020. The Chinese car market has picked up quite well. My reading and my analysis based on that is that in China, people are trying to avoid shared taxis or public transport. So a lot of people are buying cars just to avoid the social distancing issues, and that might be one of the reasons they are buying cars, the individual cars. So the market has gone up. In China, the foods and beverages went up quite well in 2020 May, but the jewelry and furnitures are still down in China. As soon as the lockdown has taken out in China, and Shanghai beauty salon sales went up 7 times. In the UK, the government of UK has recently announced less on road repairs and rail projects, because they are speculating that lots and lots of people will be working from home. Lots of universities will be online. I can just quote 2 great examples. University of Cambridge, one of the oldest and most reputed universities in the UK, has announced in 2020-2021 it is going to be completely online, whereas another university in the UK, Bolton, University of Bolton, they have announced, no, you will be coming back partially to the campus for seminars or tutorials or practicals, and the remaining part you will be doing it from home. And they have even come out with wonderful opportunities, and they have offered bicycles for their students to come to the campus to avoid public transport or the university buses. So all those sort of things are really happening in the world. Google and Apple are now cooperating with the US government to tackle COVID-19, and even in India, we have seen a lot of business groups have really giving support to the government there. We can see a lot of CCTV cameras. CCTV cameras are those cameras which are more driven by the artificial intelligence. These cameras can pick up the temperature, emotions of consumers, etc., etc. You'll be seeing widely. These cameras coming up everywhere. China has recently developed a social indexing technology. A social indexing technology is a new technology that is first time introduced in China. That how people are really socially engaging, the way they are engaged. That sort of things are coming. I don't have real time to stay over here and explain it more, so I'll be switching over very quickly. So there'll be a lot of staycations. Staycations are you are taking your vacations not overseas, but maybe in the local places and local area. So tourism has to redefine and understand these opportunities rather than offering overseas vacations, but exploring the local vacation opportunities and things like that. After the lockdown, please keep an eye on outdoor living and eating. Smart homes and smart appliances are going to be great opportunities. This is something I'm really going to see in the future. This was already there before, but COVID-19 is really making every home is going to be a smart home. Every home will have a home theater, a small theater, because you will be learning, you'll be working, and you will be doing all sort of things from home. And you will be having a lot of smart appliances to support you in cooking and cleaning and grooming and sort of things. So these are the new technologies which is going to come up, and a lot of new business emerging out of it. I can see a lot of startups coming up in the future in these areas. How do you connect with friends rather than just with the social media? What are the new ways of doing that? Back to school and colleges, the virtual learning medias. Yesterday I was speaking to Dr. Princey that our university has come out with a new virtual learning technology which is called the Big Blue Button. Big Blue Button has a lot of artificial intelligence and data analytics technology. As a faculty, I can really see the learning or the engagement of each of my students using some analytics. So it's that sort of technologies are going to emerge very soon. Wedding sessions and parties are going to be redefined. This is something I'm expecting on the real estate front. People will be moving to suburban. When you have working from home, then what is the need for you to stay in cities and big towns rather than moving to suburbans? And there might be some sort of corrections in the real estate prices for the homes and office spaces. You can see a lot of curbside pickups. Curbside pickups are quick pickups for the restaurants and hotels and things like that. I can also see a lot of offshore hospitals and diagnostic center. Now you really don't have to go to a hospital. Maybe you will have a small device connected to your body, or maybe you have something at home, and that will really record and send those information to your doctor, and your doctor will be able to check your blood pressure or your diabetes or heartbeats or pulses or whatsoever it may be, and may be able to diagnose it, or maybe only you need to go for bigger cases or bigger sort of diagnosis. So maybe that sort of things are quite going to come up in future. Watch for virtual and technical innovations, whether consumers communicating with themselves, or business communicating with them. So you will see the whole things are getting changed in a new way. Definitely technology is taking over. The innovation is going to take over in this area, in this frontier. I have a couple of more slides. I'm not sure how much time I have now. Dr. Princey, would you guide me how much more time I have now?
Sir, actually time is